This one seems to work better than Facebook. Yeah, Facebook. Yes, it's more smoother. Smooth. Yes. See. This one seems to. Right? Yeah. Cheers. So, you see it? Yeah. So, um, you can hear it inside. If you can hear it, then yes. Stop. Works fine. Hi, good morning, everybody. It was so good to see you again for continue our weekly webinar. And it's really fun because today the webinar is going to be very important because a lot of people say, wow, you know, if I'm a diabetic, I have to do all kind of things to basically to control my diet and not enjoy life anymore. And basically, I cannot eat this and that. Well, maybe it's not really totally true. The reason is because you can actually just smartly decide to choose the right type of food, which doesn't give you the spike of blood sugar. Then you can actually achieve to enjoy many, many food and colorful food in front of you with nice cuisine every day to enjoy different food to actually ensure your blood sugar does not spike. Plus, you're going to get a lot of nice fiber to help you to decrease the sugar or slow down, actually not decrease, slow down the sugar going to your bloodstream. Net result, you don't get sugar spike, you don't get insulin resistant, uh, decrease all the negative effect of carbs, and plus give you all the right nutrition. So net result, that will be really good. Now, one more thing that's really important is as we go older, our gut are not really going to function so nicely. So net result of that, a lot of time we have to have lots of fiber to help our bowel movement to move very smoothly. Now, you might say, do I really gotta do that? Yes, absolutely. The reason is because when your bowel is moving good, you can actually make your life a lot more easier because a lot of people is kind of stressed on a bowel movement. They want to go but cannot go. Well, a lot of times it's because one, they don't have enough fluid, amount of fluid. Second is they don't have enough fibers. So today, and also they don't have enough, natural bacteria in the bowel. So we will teach you how to do today in prophylactics in sense of all the things that you can able to do to add in enough fiber for your bowel movement, so you can able to make it your bowel movement very smoothly. So shall we start today? Okay, we'll start now. Okay, good. So now we'll start our webinar today. Today we say, what is the top food that help you to support your healthy blood sugar? And that's a really, really good topic because a lot of people thought that, hey, if I'm diabetic, I really have to suffer, if you will. But it's absolutely not true because everybody have a very nice uh, meals. Basically, it's good for pre-diabetic, diabetic patient or person that enjoy food. You can actually look for that. What we're looking for is just a simple, healthier food that you can choose from. And this lessons or this seminar will basically provide you all the tip today to basically give you, the practical food you can take, and it's based on science base. And the strategy you can able to apply at home and buy a soup, go to the supermarket, buy a food, so you can select all the wonderful food to enjoy. You can see the picture; it is so great. All these wonderful healthy food, and the key here is to get food do not spike your blood sugar, and also low carb, and also give you a lot of fiber. So today lectures will be based on our principal lectures are really based on that, so you can have a really wonderful idea what to do and what to take. So we're going to start. So today we're going to introduce basically what the best supermarket food naturally can help you to lower your blood sugar spike, and also it's very tasty, and you can also swap the food that you intake. Also, the entire family can enjoy. Not only you enjoy, the entire family enjoy. And we could give you a whole list and then a chart for you to say, oh, okay, this is the kind of things you will do. This is what kind of eat, from, vegetable to protein to starch. All that will give to you, and how Lowsutea can help you also. And that is really today webinar. It's going to be really nice. And I think you, after that, you enjoy all the things that you learned today. So we always give a sort of catch up for all the people who never join us. I saw a lot of names here today, never join us. So we're going to talk about everybody go through 4 stages of diabetic. The first stage is basically the LDL cholesterol, the bad cholesterol goes up. And when that goes up, it damages the B cell coming from the pancreas. And B cell is supposed to take sugar to the cells. Now that damage, then you have more and more sugar get into the bloodstream, and on LDL cholesterol, their problem will start. Because what's going to happen is, when that happens, you the sugar and the cholesterol add together will form plaques, and this plaque will be all circulate and forming on the vessels on the vessel wall, like this one. And that result, your vessel wall will become less and less space. Second stage will come in, the blood pressure goes up. And blood pressure goes up, you don't feel anything. There's no pain, nothing. And you continue the same lifestyle, the more and more things blocking all your blood vessels. And this is really a true symptom. And that problem, at the end of the day, diabetes will create for your whole body. Now, if you don't do anything very quickly, you move down to stage 3. Excuse me, I got a little allergy today. And in stage 3, you will basically, every doctor will measure the same thing, because they measure the everybody do have a hemoglobin, which is red blood cells. They measure the percent of sugar attached to the hemoglobin. If you are 5.7 below, you're a normal person. If 5.7 to 6.4, now you are called pre-diabetic. Now, unfortunately, doctor would tell you, hey, you're pre-diabetic now, so you really got to change lifestyle. You got to get low-carb food. You have to exercise. You lower your weight, telling you all that. But on the other hand, you have no symptoms. So the motivation for that is usually not so high. However, that's one thing can help you, is Lowsutea. Lowsutea during this stage is extremely helpful to help you lower your A1C. Instead of going forward to 6.4 and above, you are actually continuing to keep you lower to below 6, and maybe even reverse back to 5.7. So, later on we'll talk a little bit about what is Lowsutea will help you, why it works that way. So you understand during this time, if you have really pre-diabetic, you need to actually do something besides changing your lifestyle, and also help. Yeah, excuse me. Oh man, I have a bad allergy today. So, but anyway, that will help you to lower your blood sugar and cholesterol and blood pressure. Now, if you don't do anything, unfortunately, in about a good 3 to 4 years, or 2 to 3 years, you basically potentially convert to a diabetic. Yeah, I mean, your A1C over 6.4. And usually when you get down 6.4, it will just continue to move up and up and up, eventually reach, 7, and doctor will start giving you medication or start getting to insulin. Well, that would be that. Oh, excuse me. Oh God, my allergies bother me today. Okay, so what we try and do for you is really trying to make sure you prevent you continue to spike your blood sugar and move your A1C down below 6.4 and hopefully go back to 5.7. Now, if you are already a diabetic, say, hey, my A1C is like 11, would it help? Excuse me. Now, if your A1C is 11, if you drink Lowsutea, it definitely will help you to continue to bring it down. We have so many people who are A1C at 11 will help them to bring it back down to under 6. But on the other hand, they also need to change the lifestyle. Basically, start going to take low carb diets like what we're going to talk about today. Exercise, lower your weight, and continue to do the lifestyle change and include Oshudi, that will be extremely helpful to help them to basically end up lower down to your A1C lower than 6.4 and moving toward to 5.7. I have thousands of patients now using Lowsutea, and many of them have just achieved a similar result. So it's really important to drink Lowsutea if you can. Now we'll talk about Lowsutea, why Lowsutea works. Because Lowsutea has two things there. One is called the guava leaves, which delay the absorption of sugar into the blood vessel. And then there is actually also bitter melon, which is increase the insulin sensitivity, take the sugar back to the cells, and the excess sugar, the really wonderful, they would remove the excess sugar and also the LDL cholesterol, bad cholesterol, and salt, move it away from urine. And when salt come down, your blood pressure come down. So 3 high definitely come down plus these detox. That's how those should work. It's very simple. It's a really scientific proven that that's how it works. And that's why people drink Lowsutea will be very helpful. Now, certainly you must say, hey, is this just drinking tea? No, we don't want you to drink the tea. We want you to continue to really follow the 5 proven program, which is first control diet, low carb, low fat diet. And then you also need to exercise 8 to 10,000 steps a day. Or you say, hey, I can't exercise because, it's so hot or I can't get out. Don't worry. You can get a step master. Just go up and down like this and then you do 30 minutes, you definitely lower your blood sugar, plus you can actually lower your calories, about 300 calories for half an hour. Now you say, hey, I don't have a step master. Don't worry, you can sit in a chair, right? You just sit up and down the chair, just go up and down for 50 times, and then you can do this up, and do this with a barbell, and you can do that too. And then you do that, you can also pretty much achieve 50 times for sitting in a chair and do it 3 times a day. You can actually do the same thing similar to your 10,000 step. Plus, you can control your diet now. You can control it. You have exercise. You have now also have weight control because you exercise, you have diet, so your weight usually can go down. Now you weight if BMI is over 30, you got to bring it down to 23. Plus you got to continue to monitor your blood sugar and blood pressure, and so make sure that you have a whole chart. Always write it down so you can understand where you're going. So that it will be important. So if you can achieve that, I can assure you, your blood sugar will be well managed. So let's dive in. Why food is matter, really, because food is really the first line of support for you to give you a good diet and also low carb. And especially what we're trying to do is get your carb. When you take the carb, you don't get quick spike sugar. That is the whole objective. Very important. no quick spike of sugar, blood sugar, through the process your digestion. So really, in that's the case, then you really just got to select food. It's just rich of fiber, protein, and healthy food that is have low fat for your digestion. So net result, when you have uh, slow release of the glucose, since these food you selected is slow release to the sugar into the bloodstream, result you will be more stable energy level, and then your blood sugar management is much better. So the whole concept today we'll talk about is one mixture of food you selected is slowly digest. Second is it reduce the blood sugar spike. Don't let them spike the blood sugar. And on top of that, because you take a lot of protein, will improve your fullness. So you don't take a lot of snack in between because now you're full. Instead of eating other stuff, you get less protein. You don't get full, and you don't have a lot of fiber. You don't get full. I mean, little fiber, you don't get full. If you have a lot of fiber, you get full. So you don't eat the snack, and that result, all those become actually support your insulin sensitivity and improve your energy level. And that's why what we talk about today, the principle is slow digestion, not to get your blood sugar to spike up. That's the key. Now, I got a nice picture for here. You can actually see it, and we'll talk about a lot of time before. In a diabetic or pre-diabetic clients, we got to make sure that we have 50% of our dinner are all vegetable, greens, okay? And we talk a little bit about what greens you will think about, but you look at that, how beautiful it is. You have all type of greens here. You have red and tomato, peas, cauliflowers, all kind of beans, all kind of greens, vegetable here, lettuce and so forth. So 50%, half the plate are all green. Now, then you have 25% all lean protein, which is like, for example, lean meat, fish, egg, tofu, or plant-based protein is okay too. So the key here is we have some chicken here, white meat chicken, and that is 25% lean protein, excuse me. Then you have 25% of your smart carbohydrate. And a high smart carbohydrate are mainly high fibers. Could be brown rice, granola, and things like that, beans. So net result, you have a very balanced diet with 50% vegetable, 25% really lean protein, not red meat, but really nice chicken, eggs, tofu, and all the good stuff. And then you don't eat white rice, but you eat brown rice. So that way you can able to really all these food here actually prevent you to have sugar spike. That is the key and objective. So you can take a picture of that if you want to, but that will be a wonderful principle you can follow through. So now we'll dive deep a little bit more. So you said a lot of vegetable. What is the best vegetable? That's the case then. So we say half the plate is all good vegetable, right? The best vegetable is spinach, kale, broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, bok choy, bell pepper, green beans. All these are wonderful best vegetable for you to eat daily. And that doesn't give you the sugar spike, but give you a lot of fibers also. Now, certainly there's some even very, very superstar vegetable, which is like broccoli, mushroom, okra, spinach, and kale. So you can get all these vegetables and you have 50% in a plate. Now, that will be something really wonderful you can practice. So now we talk about protein, because remember 25% protein, right? So what protein we can really stabilize the blood sugar. These will be like salmon fish. Salmon fish is delicious and is good, and a lot of omega-3, help you on your heart health and so forth. And that's secondly is chicken breast, and that will be another very delicious stuff. You mix with a salad, oh wonderful. And the third is the eggs. So eggs give you tremendous proteins, and also your tofu, beans, and lentils. So all these are very good protein for you. Now, why lean protein will be help you? Because well, basically it reduces your craving. After you take that, you feel much fuller longer. And then you will have unnecessary snacking of the meal. Like for example, you don't have enough protein. You know what you're gonna do? You're gonna feel, wow, I feel like hungry, man. I'm gonna eat some snack like chips. All these things not good for you. But this is definitely help because this will help you to, delay your craving of other foods, sugary food. Plus, protein is very healthy for your muscle. It plays an important role to basically support your muscle growth because especially you and I all become more elderly. You need the protein to build muscle so you can walk, you have energy. So on top of that, this really supports better insulin sensitivity, so it doesn't spike your sugar, but on the hand, it just give you tremendous amount of support of building a muscle, make you less hungry, and also plus with the beans, a high all the vegetable coming, you high fiber, and this become really create a whole item with the salad and so forth. You become a smart carbohydrate balance with protein food, and so your blood sugar and overall health is so much better. And that is the whole objective of this. So you imagine you would say, hey, I'm diabetic, I can eat a lot of stuff. But look at this, all these foods are beautiful. You can eat, you can enjoy. The fish is so wonderful. Tofu is so good. Chicken is so good. So you can actually enjoy all the nice food without really worry about why I can't eat this. Now, certainly within the protein section, we'll also have something that is excellent choice, like salmon fish is real good. You also get sardine, tuna. A lot of people make tuna salad, or so wonderful. Eggs. Also, don't forget Greek yogurt. You do need the Greek yogurt as a protein source because they are probiotic in there. So it will help you to increase the natural good bacteria so you can make a bowel movement so much better. And plus, certainly you have lentils. Lentils high fibers, and it is a lot of fiber plant protein in there to help you to give you a lot of energy. And then your chickpeas, which is great source of plant protein also, plus is fiber and support your blood sugar. So really all these, besides your best vegetable, now you have very good protein. Wow, you mentioned, isn't that's wonderful? I think it is because look at how many selection here, how beautiful it is. You can really enjoy food so much better. Okay. Now we talk all about, remember 50% is the needed for your vegetable, and then 25% is your protein, which is like chicken, fish, and so forth. Now let's talk about carbs. Now, a lot of people say, wow, I I need to eat white rice. Well, not really, because you can change the white rice, which is not good for you because give you sugar spike white rice. Don't eat white rice. The reason why it give you sugar spike. And you can eat brown rice. Brown rice has a lot of fibers, so it delay the absorption sugar into the bloodstream. Or you can also get quinoa, steel cut oats, sweet potato, barley, millet. All this good stuff can actually slow down your absorption of sugar, and you also still get a lot of fiber with it. And certainly we will talk about a little bit about fruits now, because now you take care of all the dinner, now you or lunch, now you can have some food to support your variety choice of wonderful stuff to really help you to enjoy your meal afterwards. So, or with the meal also, sometimes you can make blueberries mixed with a salad and so forth, strawberry and so forth. That would be good too. So the choice of best fruit will be apple, blueberry, strawberry, citrus fruit, and pear. Now, berry and blueberry, these are excellent choice because they are natural lower sugar while being exceptionally rich in antioxidant. That is really the key. It can help you to cell, especially for oxidative stress and inflammation. So you make sure to eat more berries, such as blueberry, strawberry, and so forth. That will actually help you. Now, certainly, you talk about apple. A lot of doctors say, "Hey, you gotta eat one apple a day. The doctor's away, right?" So apple and pear are high soluble fiber. Particular, this will slow the glucose absorption. So that will be definitely helpful for you. And the key here, you want to eat the whole fruit with the skin and all. Okay, so you eat an apple or pear. Don't worry, you wash the skin good, and so you eat the skin so you can get additional fiber in there. And especially when you eat an apple with the skin, it's very delicious. It's actually, and you can feel the fiber actually while biting it. Isn't that great? So you can actually eat the apple plus you can add little more, like if you really want to, you can add almonds with berries in your Greek yogurt, and to make your yogurt is also very delicious. So the key, you can add some fruits in there too, like apple, chop it in small pieces, or pears, and you can do the same thing. So you add a variety. You just the picture itself will make you hungry, right? So it's very, very nice. Now, the healthy fat, uh, 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 for your diet is really important to understand what fat will be good for you. Now, a lot of people don't remember the fat, but you need to have cooking oil and so forth. And the type of food you eat, you might have a certain fat. But there is a healthy fat, which is avocados. Every day you can take avocado. That's very, very good. You cooking with olive oil. Olive oil is wonderful because nowadays I use olive oil cooking for everything, basically, including baking. I also use olive oil. I don't use other oil anymore. And that is make the food just as delicious as possible. And take almond, walnuts as your nuts to get yourself a little snack here and there. And I also put nuts like almond nuts or walnuts on my yogurt. And I also drink chai seeds with milk. So all these are very nice. And also flaxseed. So really, at the end of the day, all the nuts like almond nuts, avocado, walnuts, and chai seed is really rich for heart health, unsaturated fat. So in other words, this fat is really can help you on heart health. So at the end of the day, as you know, if you're diabetic, your heart disease are actually quite common. So you gotta really make sure that the diet actually support choose healthy fat instead of saturated or trans fat, and that will help you to reduce the possible inflammation. And also with all these type of oil, like olive oil, avocado, almond, that definitely improve your cholesterol levels, and that is really key. Now, don't forget when you eat a lot of fat, really you gotta make sure that when you eat fat, you make it to more moderate. And whenever you have a snack, eat just a little bit, two, three, four, five, no more than that. Almond to help you to just tie over the hungriness. So that's something that you can do to enjoy instead of just, oh, I can't eat much. You can. The key is up to you to make sure choose the right oil, like olive oil for cooking, and almond and all seed. That will be definitely kind of helpful. Now, uh, also, a lot of people, when you get older, especially 50 years old and above, you're going to start forming, you're going to have very soon, you're going to feel that, wow, I have difficulty for my bowel movement. Or you really got to work on it. So how can you help your gut to make everything as really smooth, easy to go, and so forth and so forth? Now, that's something that you need is Greek yogurt. If you have Greek yogurt, you need your healthy gut have a lot of microbiome, which is like the healthy micro bacteria that help you in your gut. And probiotic is the key that you gotta get more and more in there. So if not, you're gonna have hard to make your bowel movement. With all these, it actually improve your immune system because the probiotic, all that will help you improve your immune system and also improve your insulin sensitivity. And with that, then you have better blood sugar regulation. So probiotic, don't forget, that is the good bacteria that help you to maintain healthy balance in your gut. You got to have that. You have to more actually. That's why Greek yogurt is like a life culture for you, including kimchi, sauerkraut. The add in just help to promote more healthy bacteria. And you do need probiotic food acts as this healthy bacteria. And with the fiber-rich vegetable add together, garlic, asparagus, oak, and all that, will help you basically get the bacteria to grow even more. So you have more healthy bacteria for you. So net result, you're going to have very good healthy gut, and it work together with all the food that you eat, with the vegetable, and on top of that, you have good sleep, stress management. All that will give you a better metabolism of the whole body, and you will feel much better. The more important is, if you do not have all these yogurt and all the probiotic, you might find later will found really difficult to go, and it will be very frustrating. And I can tell you why this is happening, because I have a lot of patient who is elderly, which is 50, 60 years old, and they came over and complained, Andrew, I cannot go. I want to go, but I cannot go. And I said, wow, okay, what have your diet? And I found that many of them had never yogurt. Many of them never had kimchi or sauerkraut or something like kimchi or sauerkraut, which is really rich fiber, rich food. Never have that, or they don't really eat a lot of that. So they start looking at that and say, I said, you need to start getting Greek yogurt and kimchi in your regular diet. Once they take that, you know what they do that? They call me back and say, Andrew, it works. And now I can go very easily. The reason why you don't want to make yourself really going hot every time, because I don't know how many vessels in your head is really weak. You might do all these pressure, the blood pressure in the head may be very strong and very high. You might blow on a vessel, then you got a stroke. So that's why gut health is so important. You got to really, really think about that. You got to make sure that you go very easily. So going very easily is not only just the yogurt and all the kimchi, plus you got to have enough fluid. I found a lot of elderly doesn't drink enough fluid. I'll talk to a lady. She talked to me and said, hey, I drink 1,000 cc of water is too much already. I feel very hard to drink. But on the other hand, I said, hey, break it down to small. Don't drink at one time. You drink 200 mil here and there, 200 mil here and there. So you drink 5, 6 times a time. And you know what? You are drinking 1,500 cc. And she tried it. She said, oh, yeah, that's true. And now adding the yogurt, again, kimchi, and all these things add together, you know what? Wow. She said, oh, I can go very easily now. So that is what you got to do. And very important, you got to continue to do that. Now, I put a chart together to help you to better understand. You have some not so good carbs that you can take and switch it to a real good, uh, you know, uh, 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 rich fiber food and a lot of good protein. So net result, you can get a swap and you can continue to maintain good, healthy food for you to lower your blood sugar, do not create sugar spike for you. So first of all, I know many of them are Chinese and they eat white rice. And if you continue white rice, your blood sugar will definitely go up. So we'll convert that to brown rice or quinoa or red rice. All these rice, if you eat brown rice, definitely high fiber, a lot of nutrition, it lasts longer, you give you stable blood sugar. After you eat that, you don't get hungry, so you eat all kind of snack cookies and chips. That would be wonderful. Now you convert your sugar cereal, which is high sugar. Imagine that. When you eat this every day, you might eat 50 pounds of sugar in one whole year with the sugar inside the cereal. Instead, change to oats. Oats have rich fiber, slow digest. It helps to prevent sugar spike. And then instead of eating a white bread, now you eat a whole grain bread, which is a lot more fibers, a lot of nutrition, It'll keep you full longer. Again, help you stabilize your blood sugar. Now, instead of drinking a glass of orange juice, you eat the whole fruit. Eat the apple. Eat the pear. Eat your the whole apple, and so that way you can contain all the fiber. The apple we cut down together with the eat with the skin and all. So with that, because of the fibers, you actually slow the sugar absorption and also keep the blood sugar maintain a good balance. Last but not least, instead of eating potato chips, now you have all type of nuts, healthy nuts. You have almond nuts, walnuts, which has high protein, high fiber, help you to satisfy you, and again, support your steady blood sugar. Now, you want to take a picture of this because I think I purposely make this to help you quick, easy to convert. This is how it goes. So that way you can better understand what is really a good diet with food that actually will improve your blood sugar, delay the absorption of sugar, and will not create that sugar spike for you. Now, a lot of people will say, hey, I can't afford all this, man. You tell me to do all these things. So not necessarily, because really at the end of the day, I know all of us need to support, ourselves to shopping a tight budget nowadays, especially. So you can do a little more imagination instead of eating the really fresh vegetable. You can also buy frozen vegetable, which is cheaper. And also you can choose seasonal produce fruits here and there. Buy dry beans, for example, or brown rice. Sometimes you can buy canned fish also. So the key here is buy smartly and plan the meal ahead of time. I think that will be really important. A lot of time, I know many of you say, wow, fish is very expensive. Well, again, there's canned tuna fish, sardine, salmon. Maybe it was cheaper, but net result of that, they also have omega-3 for the fat, for relative, good fat for your heart. And do not buy tuna with oil. By the way, buy the can with spring water. So that way, or just spring water instead of oil. Especially some of the tuna get sunflower oil. That would be not very healthy. So don't buy that. And so net result, you want to make sure that you want to look at the label to ensure the things you buy is good for you. Now, I give you some simple daily menu just to get you start going. So in breakfast, you can eat like the nice picture there, a lot of berries, adding Greek yogurt. Now, actually, when you eat Greek yogurt with berries, you don't need to put in sugar because the nice thing is the berry will have all kind of right sugar and taste already to give you really wonderful taste. Okay. Now you have lunch, you have a granola, grilled salmon with broccoli, a granola, or brown rice or red rice. The same thing. And snack, you can do apple and almond. And so at dinner, you can get chicken and mixed vegetable and brown rice. So just some idea to give you, it can be very easy to do, and you're able to enjoy all the wonderful food with not difficult to prepare. Now, I have a 7-day challenge for you. First, fill your plate with vegetable. As I mentioned, half of the vegetable, half of your plate are all vegetable, which is something like, broccoli, lettuce, whatever. And then the other half, 1/4 is going to be, or 25% will be your chicken, chicken breast, or salmon fish. And then the other 25% will be brown rice, red rice, quinoa, whatever that you can put in together, or good protein, or beans even, okay? Red beans, kidney beans. And that would be wonderful. But you do need to eat protein at every meal. The reason is as we grow older, we need protein support to build our muscles. We need protein support to basically fill us up. So to repair our body. And on top of that, if you eat enough protein, you don't feel hungry for a long time. So you cut off all your snack. So you gotta add protein, and do not forget your protein. So protein will be like salmon fish, which is good and it's delicious. You can go frozen salmon, you can pan fry it, uh, and so you can or you don't want you can put cod. It's the same thing. I mean, whatever you decide, that can be done. And you need to start choosing whole grain bread and also your cereal, whole grain cereal. Now, the important, you have to drink more water. Do not get like my 60 years old lady that my customer said, I only can drink 1,000 cc. What I taught her is I said, why don't you drink Lowsutea, do 200 ml and do it 6 times. And she said, wow, and I just do 6 times. It's actually to get 200 ml more. And I said, why don't you do another, 7 or 8? And that result, she was able to slowly build her volume continuously when they eat. When she eat every meal, she have at least, 200, 300 ml of fluid that drink together. So net result, she have at least like 1,200 cc already on 3 meals, plus just another couple meal here and there afternoon. She meet 1,500 meal. So when that happened, 1,500 mil, that will really make her get enough fluid to do filtration, to do clean up all that stuff, to dump out everything to urine. So that is important. Now you really gotta cut down the sugary drink. We're no longer have Coke here and there, but drink really lemon water, whatever Lowsutea. You gotta reduce that sugary drink. Now that if you're able to do that, that will make tremendous help. And certainly you have to do your walking, a 30-minute walk per day. If you cannot walk, okay, you can do chair sit up, can do that too, or do step master at least 30 minutes and more. That will be extremely helpful. So these will definitely help you to make tremendous amount of help in better dieting, better exercise, enough water to do your filtration, delete all the rubbish out through urine. No more sugar spike, and continue to be a healthy lifestyle. And that's what we're trying to achieve. If you follow these meals, I am very sure you can actually have a very good blood sugar control, cholesterol control, and blood pressure control. Now, really, Lowsutea works is because they have only two things in there: that guava leaves, which delay sugar absorption to the blood vessels, and bitter melon increase insulin sensitivity, take sugar back to the cell, excess sugar, and excess LDL cholesterol, and salt will dump out through the urine. And when that happens, the blood pressure will come down, and plus detox. So this is what we do. Okay, so in conclusion today, you really have to start with every day. The important message, you have to manage a healthy food, and manage with healthy food to make sure your blood sugar doesn't spike. So very important, you have to have good diet to maintain a good choice. Make sure that you do not start with very food that will spike your blood sugar, and so that is really objective, right? And plus, you're gonna go low carb diet, but there's a lot of product can help you to achieve this low carb diet. So we go through a whole webinar now to understand what is really good for you. First of all, you're gonna have half plate is all vegetable, non-starch vegetable like lettuce. You're gonna have a lot of broccoli and so forth and so forth. So make sure that you take half a plate all green stuff to help you to give you high fiber and also good because the high fiber, it doesn't cause you to get spike sugar. The reason is because it delayed the absorption of your sugar into the bloodstream. And then you have a 25% lean protein and healthy fat, which is like, for example, chicken, fish, salmon fish, codfish, all type of lean protein, not red meat, but we can able to get good lean protein food in there. And the other 25%, now you have your starch with high fiber, low glycemic carbohydrates food, like for example, with tofu, uh, brown rice, all these things. So with that, you have now a very balanced diet, good protein, and good protein will help you to last you feel more full longer, and also you don't get into the trap of continue looking for snack to satisfy yourself. And as I mentioned, now you got all these things in the supermarket. Now you can swap here and there. You don't need to restrict a diet, but you can see instead of white rice, buy brown rice, and so forth and so forth. We have a chart just now to talk about, so you can able to create those combinations. The key here is you want to create a habit. You take all these foods, so net result, you always continue half a plate of vegetable, 25% lean protein, 25% is good low glycemic carbohydrate to intake. So with that, you will continue giving you consistent, good, lasting diet to improve your health. Consider also you need to even have good dieting. You still need to have regular exercise, meaning that every day you should at least have 30-minute walk, eventually move up to 1 hour walk. Now you can do walk, you can do step master, give you the same effect, especially with a barbell. Doing this, you can do that. You have good quality sleep. You gotta have good stress management, don't get too stressful, and really drink Lowsutea. If you can't drink 2 liters, you use 2 bags, but you can do 750 per bag, and you drink total 1,500 cc. This still work, and that will help you to overall health, to give you a very good, healthy lifestyle, healthy diet, and no spiked sugar. Continue to maintain well-balanced sugar for your entire life. If you can control your 3 high, guess what? You're very healthy, and you will not have all these diabetic complications. Well, thank you very much. I know it's covered a lot of stuff, but today I think this information is very important to better understand better health. If you have any question, do write to me, Andy, ANDY at WAHFONG.com, Andy@wafong.com, or WhatsApp us, 852 country code 6792-8891. 852-6792-8891. So thank you very much for spending time with us for our webinar. Hope you can get some tips, understanding where you can buy what type of food you can take, can able to help you to really maintain very balanced blood sugar, cholesterol, and blood pressure. And the goal is just make little change here and there, you will achieve that goal. So I look forward to talk to you again next week. Have a nice weekend. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. If you like this, give me a likes in your YouTube or in Zoom or in Facebook. Thank you. Bye-bye.